And we on. What's good, fam? What's good? Hey, we going over to YouTube, man. See if we got anybody in the building. Got anybody? I don't see nobody, but shit, man. I just came in to chop it up with the fam, man. Catch up, chop it up, and see what we got coming up. Talk about the Ebanks upset. You know what I'm saying? While your boy moonwalk off this here Skywalker, you know what I'm talking about? But I'm just gonna hold down. I don't see nobody in to even chop it up with. It's been a minute. Probably ain't even in the algorithm to get the notifications out and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, Liam Smith got the upset. Stopping Chris Eubanks. He say it's a once in a lifetime thing. Definitely a sore loser. He just ain't got them skills, man. I like to hear y'all opinion on it. Whenever y'all get up in here, I'm gonna start off with the schedule though. We got 10 fights this week, y'all. We got one fight on Friday. We got Nathaniel Gilmore fighting on Friday. And on Saturday, we got Arthur Betterby versus Anthony Yard. I think that's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be on ESPN Plus. It's really like the most decent fight. Got Rocha versus Anthony Young. That's really about it. That's gonna be a good fight, man. Yard versus Betterby. I will be pulling for Betterby, even though I like Yard, but I think this Betterby gonna be just a little bit too much for Yard, man. And we already seen his how he hold up, especially late against a heavy-handed fighter. Uh, Kovalev showed us that. You know what I'm saying? His gas tank is really not up to par like it should be. And the skills, his boxing IQ really is what really gonna hurt him. And if he get caught, I think it's gonna be, lights out for him. But he definitely got the potential to set something up. But I just don't think he's gonna be able to keep Betterbeev off his butt. I think I'll have to just go on ahead and pick Betterbeev, man, for the sake of the pro. I think that last week I had enough of picking upsets, man. It got me in the at the end of the pack over there at Champ Ross, man. If y'all ain't joined or in the boxing league, y'all should join. It's on Facebook. It's free. Um, he do be giving out prizes. Decent community over there, man. Pretty good community over there. So if y'all ain't doing that, go on ahead and join and put your picks in and talk that shit, Nick. Derek Bailey, shout out to you, bro. If you want to build him whenever you get in, you watch it on the playback. He got first place all by himself. 141 points plus the bonus. And the top three was Derek Bailey with number one, D. Jefferson, two, and Stay Ready. D-Lo came in six. Good shit, D-Lo. Gil Coles in 11. Him and Moody Trayweather. Yeah, I'm way down there, man. I'm about to make sure I don't even put no extra on it. 56, 79 points. Joseph Brown, salute, bro. What's happening? Came in 56 this week. Real poor. Hey, if you ain't doing nothing, Joseph Brown, jump on. He said he in 7 currently. You in the league? You in the league, Jay Brown? Let me see. I did come in the top 3 though, and wait, I'm lying. I'm tied for 3rd. in the stat tracker. Let me see. Oh, yep. Yeah, you tied for 7, Joseph Brown. See, good shit. I wonder, hey, who you picked in the He said, yeah, I told Trey X I'll join this. That's right. Got them motherfuckers in there too. I'm gonna try to stay on pace, man. I missed a week last week. That hurt me bad. Let alone my bad picks and shit, but I'm trying to get back in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm most definitely competing though. Yes, but shit, if you ain't doing nothing, jump on, man. I want to chop it up with you about the Ebanks fight. Liam Smith upsetting Ebanks. Or did you even see it as an upset? I see everybody probably busy or something. I ain't gonna hold it long. I'm just gonna chop it up. We ain't been on in a minute. So I want to get back on Monday, man. Get back to the round table and chop it up with the fam. If it's possible. Yeah, I seen you up in there. I'm gonna have to get my ESPN Plus back on too. Say it's 7 people now. I don't see nobody else but Joe Brown in the chat. Go look over here on YouTube. I go Moody Trayweather. Salute. What's good with it, bro? Moody Trayweather in the building. You say, what's up? Salute, Joe Brown. What's good?
Oh man, what's cracking?
Shit, man. Same old, same old. Hey, what you think about the Eubanks, Liam Smith stopping Eubanks, man, upsetting him? In my opinion, it was an upset. I don't know if you thought the same. What you thought about it though?
Yeah, I had Eubank winning by unanimous decision. He was clearly the more athletic guy in the ring. He was utilizing the jab. He was landing. He was getting in and out. He was landing the 1 and the 6. I mean, the 1 and the 5. He was landing. I mean, he doubled up on the uppercut. He was boxing beautifully. Especially the third round. That was his best round. The round before he got stopped. That was his best round. Was the third round. He was looking real good in there, man. But you could tell when a guy's not he's not completely when he's not completely adept to a certain style, which where you could see the deficiencies in the Philly shell, which he was trying to implement. You could tell once he got himself in the corner, his back against the corner. Um, he got caught with that uppercut. And once he got hit with that uppercut, Liam Smith hit him with the left hook. The fight was over after that, man.
Yeah, he called that a once in a lifetime shot too. Mike
Yeah,
Wynn, salute, fam. When the
I
trade
mean,
said no upset, Chris can't beat boxers. He said he don't see it as no upset.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I didn't pick Liam Smith to win.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was. I didn't think it was going to be an easy fight for Chris Eubanks, but I felt like his movement and him being able to box and utilize the jab and from range, because Liam Smith was having a tough time getting on the inside. Chris was landing that jab on the outside. He was able to work, throw lead left hooks, and he was able to land an uppercut. And he found a home for the uppercut. He was doubling up on it, um, especially in the third round. That was the best round he had of the whole fight. I thought it was going to be more of that. Him But he made that one mistake, man. Got himself backed up against the corner, against the ropes, and not fully being able to utilize or understand that Philly shell. Not everybody can do it, man. It's like if you don't have the athletic gifts for that Philly shell and understand, the timing and how to catch punches and counter, you're gonna get caught. And you see it. In his case, he got caught.
And that's what I said that that was his problem. That's why he lost his IQ. He don't have a very high IQ, man. I mean, he is athletic. He do got a few tools in his tool, but far as thinking, I don't think he, you know what I'm saying, because he put himself in the position he puts himself in. Liam was just smart, you know what I'm saying. Liam was able to set him up. He saw something and he executed it. And that wasn't no once in a lifetime shot. You gave him that window, and you didn't know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That wasn't no once in a lifetime shot. The guy got skilled, man. He was doing a good job. He was holding up the end of your bargain, showing athleticism, who's the more athletic, quicker. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what boxing is all about. It's
Nope.
way more than just that. You know what I'm saying?
Nope. It's ring IQ. It's understanding, what the opponent is trying to do, and you being able to take advantage when opportunities present itself. And the opportunity presented itself, and he took full advantage.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. It was an excellent stoppage. Good win for him. It sucked that I lost that in the Champ Ross, but
Hey, some told me to go because I was picking a lot of upsets, but this one I was like, nah. I know Liam Smith got skills, but I don't think he gonna be able to keep up with him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be overwhelming. So I picked majority. You think? I would never thought it was gonna be a knockout though, but that was just got to give credit to Smith. He set that shit up perfectly. It was
yep.
brilliant, as they say, brilliant. But
Yeah,
shit,
I don't know who said it was a once in a lifetime, but yeah, you need to go back and look at that again because that was not a once in a lifetime.
them was his words. Like he didn't take the loss well.
Oh, that's what Eubanks said.
Yeah,
That's kind of crazy, man. Because when you this is the funny thing about fighters nowadays, man. You give the man the proper respect in the ring. All the great things he said in the ring, he gave him full credit. He didn't take nothing away from him. But then you go back in the locker room, you come back out in the press conference, and then you're saying something completely different.
you got some people that don't hold themselves accountable is gonna find a bunch of excuses. You know what I'm saying? Even if it takes from the other fighter, he's still gonna make some excuses. A lot of them do it, man. It don't surprise me at all, especially with him. I mean, he had high hopes. You know what I'm saying? He was looking past Liam Smith. You know what I'm saying? He was looking past Liam Smith, and I don't think that was a good idea. Hey, but shit, we got Better Be versus Yard this weekend. What you think is gonna happen in that one? Who you got?
That's a complete mismatch, man. To be honest with you, um, I don't expect nothing but a one way train. What I mean by the train is that Yard is standing in the middle of the tracks, and Better Beans is just literally going to annihilate him. I mean, it's one way traction. It shouldn't be nothing more, nothing less than that.
So he just gonna run through him.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Spirit of Justice, salute, fam. He said, I always thought Eubanks was a bit overrated. But you was right. You was right. You wasn't wrong for thinking that. But hey, I see it the same way, man. I think it's gonna be a little bit too much, and I think it's gonna be more of the power side, the shots landed side. It's because this guy is way more quicker than Kovalev was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he don't. Granted, he don't use his jab, but he do got a strong, solid jab whenever he do throw it out there. So I think it's gonna be just a little. It's gonna be way more punishment for Yard. Yard gonna have to do a good job of keeping this man up off of him. And one way he gonna have to do it is with the jab, and he gonna be right there for a counter punch, which is something Better Be pretty good at. So it's gonna be pretty difficult, man. I hope you know how to play chess.
It's just too many. It's just too many deficiencies. He's got a deficient corner. Those guys don't. The corner don't have enough experience.
His gas tank.
He don't have enough experience. And Better Beeves is he's got all the amateur pedigree. He's seen everything, and Yard makes too many mistakes in his positioning, when he throws shots. His technique is bad. It's just too many factors that are against him. Not to mention that he's fighting a guy who's at the top of the food chain in terms of amateur pedigree and being one of the elite guys in the sport of boxing. It's just too high of a mountain for him to climb.
But yeah, he couldn't get past Kovalev. I seriously doubt he gonna, even though he put up a hell of a fight, and his gas tank was definitely a factor in that fight. But I don't think, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be the same, nearly the same in this one.
I feel bad that that Frank Martin, Frank Warren put this kid in this position. And this is the guy I would have much better prefer him fight Bivol than to fight Baturviev, because at least with Bivol he probably would get schooled for 12 rounds, whereas Beterbiev he'll take them life bars off of him.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna be looking like Martin, fuck around, look like Martin. I just know he better come with, you know what I'm saying, come in his best, the best yard, the yard that none of us saw before, a yard that ain't really taking no chances. It's a cat-like reflexes yard, good timing yard, perfect timing. Because he gonna need it all. He gonna need all of it.
I mean, you just got to look at, some of the last opponents that Beterbiev has faced. These guys haven't been the same.
Yeah.
Bosnick hasn't been the same. Joe Smith.
Maybe out of here.
What was the other guy he fought? Uh, Marcus Brown, or what was the one who got headbutted by Pascal? What was his name? And
Uh,
they end up huh?
Sir Marcus Brown.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he hasn't fought since. So it's like I said, when you get in the ring with Beterbiev, this guy will change your life, not in a good way.
Right. Right. Overwhelming. Never seen anything like this before, kind of shit. But yeah, man, we got 10 fights on the schedule this week, so it ain't really gonna be that many points.
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance to look at all the fights on the schedule yet.
Yeah, I had posted them. It's on the community tab. I need to post them on the Discord. I ain't been up in there lately. Jump up in there right later on. But hell yeah, other than that shit, man, what's been up though lately, man? What you got on? You got something you want to talk about? What you got in your mind?
Yeah, man, I just from a boxing standpoint, just seeing a lot of these good matchups being made. People continuously uh, looking for Showtime and PBC's downfall, and I just want to put a PSA to all the fight fans out there, like PBC and Showtime. A lot of these fights have been announced lately. They've been coming from Showtime and PBC banner. They get a lot of hate. A lot of people are looking to say a lot of negative things about them every time something pops up. They're licking their chops to talk crazy about their fights. But there's a Fulton Inoue fight coming up. You got Um,
Wait, you said Fulton and knew it.
yeah,
Cool Boy Steph?
yes,
Whoa, that's a good one.
yep, that one's coming up. You got what's the
Wilder versus Ruiz.
Wilder versus Ruiz is coming. You got
Spence Thurman.
potentially. You got there's another fight that was just mentioned. Harrison versus Tim Tszyu.
Oh, they made that fight. What we talking about that fight last week or the week before? Some shit.
Yep, they're making that for the interim, and that's supposed to be it's supposed to be in Australia.
That's what's up.
And you still got Tank versus Ryan on the table. You got Benavidez versus Plant,
Oh
and
yeah.
they just gave us a bomb ass showbox card over the weekend.
Which one
You
you
know what
talking?
I'm saying? So it's like I just want fans, boxing fans, to understand like what you try to hate one promotional company for as some form, shape, or fashion, they all commit the same atrocities to the sport. But at the end of the day, it's all about the good fights that they are providing to us. And we all know PBC don't give us the greatest pay-per-view. Matter of fact, a lot of the pay-per-views are lackluster pay-per-views, and some of them aren't ones that we want to see. But when they do give us good fights, they need to be acknowledged. And so far, a lot of the fights that have been announced have been fights that people want to see.
There'd be a lot of people, a lot of casuals, I should say, be confused with a lot of the hate. Like you support your fighter, man. Like if your fighter, like say for instance Tank, but this happened with Bud. Like we were paying for Bud pay per view, and them motherfuckers didn't do well at all. And look what's going on with them now in negotiations. You know what I'm saying? And then you got motherfuckers that want to see people fail because they done heard other people shit on shit. You know what I mean? But it's about the support, man. If we throwing if you throwing your dollars, if that's your fighter, support your fighter. You know what I'm saying? Just because the next person might not care for the body pay per view don't mean, you know what I'm saying, yours won't help. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and another disappointing thing is that with all the fantastic fights that actually took place over the weekend, we had some really good prospects fighting on the showbox card, and you see a lot of these channels, they just keep talking about the same shit. Spence versus Crawford, and it's like, bro, how many different ways you got to argue the same shit? And not to mention that you're supposed to be boxing channels, but none of you guys are covering the actual fights that's going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about these up and coming prospects that are fighting, for us to, as boxing fans to look forward to and start to recognize these guys, get more familiar with them, what kind of style they are, what they bring to the table. You know, there's a lot of good fights that fans are just missing because they just keep focusing on two guys. And you know how many weight divisions we got that's giving us really good fights?
Yeah. Like we about to get that Stanionis versus Ortiz. That's something like a motherfucking Charlo versus J Rock or Charlo versus Lubin early.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those guys fought early in their career and they both put their O's on the line. Virgil Ortiz and Stanionis is doing that right now. Um, that's a good fight. As far as young up and coming contenders, people can put their eyes on and see, you know what I'm saying, what they stack up against versus a Crawford or Spence or Thurman or you know what I mean. Those some young guys right there. We seen what Boots had. Well, I don't know how many people bought the pay per view or watched the pay per view, but we seen what Boots had. He couldn't get the stoppage, but he did. You know what I'm saying? Go the distance and shit. I wasn't really. I seen a lot of different holes and shit. I know Boots ain't all the way there. I don't think he all the way there at least. And then we also seen what happened to What's that? What was that dude name? Rashidi Ellis, right?
Yeah, Rasheed Ellis came in there talking,
Yeah,
real greasy, dropping the ball, you know,
yeah. Drop the ball.
getting caught, and almost getting stopped in the final round and end up losing the fight.
Yeah, came in there talking reckless. Put up, was talking BS for the press conference and went up in there. Both of them stunk it up though. Like I was looking for both of them to run through these cats the way they was talking. You know what I'm saying? And them cats belonged in the ring. Both of them cats belonged in the ring with each other. You know what I mean? I know Boots got the unanimous, but old boy stood up in there and was giving Boots some work. You know what I mean? Giving
and
Boots
that
some
and that's a credit to PBC. I mean that's a credit to Showtime for batching these guys up with guys who can actually get in there and be competitive, and guys who can actually make things a little bit uncomfortable, make things awkward for the guys who are supposed to be on the moniker. That's what you want to see. You want to see these guys, get into, and face some adversity in the ring, because it's only going to help with their development as a fighter.
hell yeah. Mike Big say Marlon's corner. What it do, champ? What it do, fam? Spirit of Justice said, "Oh yeah, I read that one." Moody Treyweather said, "I'm surprised. I surprised myself on the Champ Raw. Man, got a first week. Is a good start on the first week is always good. Yeah, he said first week, of course. Yeah, but it's still good though. Get you a head start on how much points you get on the board." Moody Treyweather also said PBC slash Showtime giving out giving out good fights. He said, "What about Golden Boy, Top Rank, and the Zone? They giving out that Triz ass." Yeah, I've been saying this though.
Yeah, I'm for me, I'm a fight fan across the board. I'm not favoring one, promotion over the other. I know they're all trying to do the same thing within the sport of boxing, but it seems like one always get villainized more than the other, and one always get looked under a microscope more than the others do, when they're all doing the same shit. They're all trying to um, accomplish the same thing, which is they're trying to make the most money. They're trying to make sure that they're having, fights, their fighters, out there and being promoted, so they're more recognizable to the fans out here. And I just want it to be a level playing field. If you're saying something is fishy over here, then why aren't you looking as hard over here too as the way you looking over here investigating? It's like you can't let this slide, but then you allow this to take place over here, and they doing the same shit. So I just wanted it to be called down the middle. I don't care if you're calling it out, but just call it across the board. They all doing it.
All right, I'm rocking with the ones that's giving the best fight. I'm not rocking with the motherfucker who trying to sell me spam in a goddamn what you call that caviar can. You feel what I'm saying?
And truth be
Derek
told,
Bailey is Derek Bailey is the number one Chizamp this week, man. He
oh
had
yeah, shout out to him, man. He doing his thing.
hell yeah, salute, bro. Gil Cole's in the building too. Salute, bro. What you saying though?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. Like, I could be sitting back here being biased because I have a vested interest in PBC and Showtime, because they always come to my city, and I get to see a Tim Zoo. I get to see a Cool Boy Steph. I get to see a Sebastian Fontoura fight. I get to see a Estelano Laura fight. I get to see um some of these up and coming prospects fight. I get to see a David Morrell fight. You know what I mean? I get to see these guys, so I'm kind of spoiled. And it's like I don't want to see PBC go, because if they go, Top Break ain't coming to my city. The Zone ain't coming to my city. You know what I'm saying? Frank Warren and Triller, they're not coming to my city.
So
So
look, if
you know
we
what I'm
keep
saying? I want to see fights live. I don't want to always watch them on TV. I want to go there in the atmosphere and watch some of these guys, and get a closer look at some of the things, and see if what I'm seeing on TV matches up when I see them in person.
hey, look, if we keep it real non-biased, right? Ain't no way in hell a motherfucker gonna say that PBC not doing their thing as far as putting on the best fights. We got a bunch of fights for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a bunch of fights for free. We got to see a bunch of undefeated fighters fight. We got a bunch of title fights for free. We got way more good free fights than we got pay per view fights. But as far as the consistency on these fights, we've been seeing this. We haven't been seeing the same thing. We if you take it to like the zone, we ain't been seeing Fubu get a shot at Canelo or GGG or Munguia. None of them fight. Nobody cares about that though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on. They cherry picking over there on each other on that end. If he get to fight weaker competition, he get 2 weak fights, and then one what they call a strong fight. But then you complain about one fighter that's not even with the company and call them trash, but forget about all the years of good fights they done gave us for free, let alone some good ass pay per view fights. And then you go to ESPN. I give them their props. They've been putting on some good ass fights.
Absolutely.
They've been putting on some
Absolutely.
good ass fights. But one of their best fights, they best pay per view fight. Guess what they had to do? They had to get in on the Wilder versus Fury. I don't know how they paid Fury all that money or whatever the contract was, but they went around and about and just picked up Fury and Warren just to get in on that fight. They knew that was a big pay per view fight. You know what I mean? And they ended up getting the winning side. So that I give them credit for that one. But far as the job they did with Bud, the job they did with a bunch of others, it you know what I'm saying? It ain't nearly what PBC is doing for their fighters. You know what I'm saying? And I believe they took a lot of losses too with them free fights we got. We got undisputed fights for free. You know what I'm saying? You know they had to pay Charlo some decent bread. You know what I'm saying? We done got a gang of fights, man, out here for free that we didn't have to pay for. And then the ones we do pay for, I ain't gonna even lie like, oh man, all of them been 100% worth it. But I mean, when you gonna support, you gonna support though. You know what I mean?
That's just what it is. As boxing fans, we got to mature. We got to mature as boxing fans and stop getting into this back and forth about promotional companies and who doing this and who doing that, bro. They all doing business with one another. All trying to jockey and do similar things in the sport of boxing. And we as fans have got to grow up and mature and understand to stay out of that part of it and just keep demanding the best fights possible from these promotional companies. And that's it, because
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's all about. I want to see the best fights possible.
Man, everybody do. But we still, some of these motherfuckers ain't ready though. Some of these people that motherfuckers be mentioning, like we want to see. I want to see. I can't speak for we, but I know I want to see Smith versus Bud bad as a motherfucker. That's probably one of my top tier fights I want to see. But it's a bunch of other fights. I wouldn't be mad if I don't see that we gonna get or we getting or it's not in the works that I'm gonna be happy with. You know what I'm saying? The ones I don't want to watch, I don't watch. The pay per views I don't want to buy, I just don't buy. That just you know what I'm saying. This is how it worked for me with boxing. They ain't gonna get all my money. Man. I gotta be sat. I want to be a satisfied customer.
Absolutely.
You know, for real. Motherfucking cable be already high just to watch my Showtime fights. You know what I mean? But I ain't complaining at all though, man. That's why I just do talk to the brothers I talk to, man. Cause the shit really it just it's kind of weird because and some of these people probably getting a check or something the way they be talking because they be wrong. It be unfactual information that a lot of people be spewing. But drama sells, right?
Drama does sell, and it clickbait titles, man, and
Yeah,
just lies, bro. Just a lot of misinformation. Like that's why I said a lot of the boxing fans have to mature. We have to stop, taking the word of every person in the community as if to say they are giving you factual information. We got to stop being lazy. They're the same sources that they get it from. You can go online and look at too, and make sure that what they saying is up to par, man.
yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's how I know. That's how I know you can call a motherfucker out. Motherfucking YouTube call it hating if you call a motherfucker. You tell them, man, it's false information. Man, why you hating? You know what I'm saying? That's what YouTube do to you. A lot of people just be playing favorites. Yeah, everybody talking to everybody. Moody Trayweather say fact. Joseph Brown YouTube channel was talking about Earl versus Bud for so long. I just couldn't follow boxing.
Yeah, man. I mean, it gets played out, bro. It's like you can't be around here talking like you're so much of a boxing, like you're into boxing, you're a boxing fan, but then you're only talking about 2, 3 fighters every single time a live stream comes on. Like that's part of the reason why you do champ Ross. A lot of people do champ Ross. I just jumped in, but I want to improve my knowledge of a lot of fighters that I don't get to see on television. Got fighters who are just starting out. Guys who got like 9 fights in. I want to get more familiar as a boxing fan because I want to be able to expand my knowledge and be more of a real well-rounded fan. When I see a guy, oh, okay, I know this guy. Yeah, he does this. He moves like this. He fights this style. I know who his trainer is. Like I got more of a background on these fighters, and it allows me to be more in tune with what's going on, so I'm not misled. By you know what a channel might say about this fighter. You know, that's
Yeah,
what we have to do. If we call ourselves real boxing fans, we have to really insert ourselves in knowing these fighters, not what they doing on the outside of the ring, because that's not important. What they doing inside of the ring, that's what we really come to watch them do in the first place.
yeah. Not how many kids they got. Right there,
Yeah,
champ in the building. Dude, fam. Yeah, I get you though. That's real. Cause motherfucker get to argue with you and you telling them some real shit. You would drop a link up in the shit. Man, go ahead, man. Read this, man. They won't even take the link, read the link, and see if it's true or not. Because they don't give a, they really don't care. You see how a lot of people react when the motherfucker lose. Motherfucker got feelings in these lives and shit, emotion invested in these
bro, that shit is funny to me. They be acting like they the girlfriend and shit. Like I don't
lives.
think I gotta go to work. I got kids to support. If this dude lose, all right, he just lost to the better man. Like
Right. Motherfucker finna jump off the bridge.
motherfucker will lose, and then you won't see him for months.
Yeah, man. Can't even joke and clown and shoot the shit. Yeah, motherfucker be invested in the bullshit, man. I'm still hoping. I'm thinking. I know that. I know that. Earl don't do no tune ups. So I'm thinking if we ain't getting the Bud fight, we finna get this motherfucking Thurman fight in April, man.
Well, even that, Espinoza had an opportunity to, you know, to 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 clarify that that's the fight that's happening. He didn't even give an inkling that that's the next fight happening. So it's like people is giving Earl a lot of shit for something that he hasn't come out and publicly said. Herman hasn't come out and publicly said, and Espinoza hasn't come out and publicly said, to all these quote unquote, it's a done deal with Thurman. Like,
I thought
so
I seen something on Twitter from Earl, like something like fighting April or some shit.
yeah, he just said fight in April, but he didn't say who it was.
Yeah, I know it ain't no tuna. That's why I just said though. I don't think it's no. It got to be something going on. It ain't no tuna.
But it's like the man hasn't even spoke on it. He hasn't even said he doing it, and Thurman ain't even said it's a go. And Espinoza, the fight's supposed to happen on his network. He ain't said it's a go, but yet you still got people crucifying him for even thinking of for fighting a dude in which is right now is all fantasy, just like fighting Bud was fantasy.
Eric R. What up, bro? He say salute. What up? What up, Joseph? What up, Lamont Brown? Joseph Lamont Brown? He says calling me for my full government and Marlo. Hey, but yeah, that is kind of crazy though. But I don't know, man. You know what I'm gonna think? I know Gil Coles ain't gonna agree with me with this, but you know Thurman don't want to see that boy Joseph Brown. You know it might be Thurman that's holding up, man, cause he awfully quiet over there. He was talking big old shiznit. I ain't heard nothing from Thurman. What you hear from Thurman? Joseph Brown. What you hear, Gil Cole?
I mean,
The flute.
I mean, you right, Marlo. I mean, ever since the spotlight has shifted from Spence versus Crawford, I mean, when it was Spence versus Crawford, you couldn't get Thurman to shut up about they need to fight me. But now, when everybody's starting to say that's the fight that's happening next, that nigga is crickets.
Right. Go over there, go type in Thurman name. He ain't. All you hear is flutes. Flutes and battle. King Cobra's next over there. Posted up in his Instagram right now. Yeah.
Nigga showing up on Brian Custer's interview with a dirty ass shirt he had on for like 3 days or something. You know, nigga looked like he got the black ring around his neck from not washing his fucking skin. Like all that shit going on with Thurman, you know, talking about yeah, man, you know, that's in the past. They need to, they need to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still one time, he never really beat me. I was a WBC champion, but nobody really took that from me, But
Yeah.
now, but now everybody's rumoring him to fight, Spence at 154. I can't hear nothing from him.
Look at Gil Cole talking about Keith told EJ keep the belts and bring your ass. Yeah. Okay. I ain't heard nothing. He called you and said that again. Your sources. Eric R. said nothing.
Sources say.
Brown. He said it don't sound complete without a middle name. So he said I threw some shine on you.
Hey, hey, Marlo. For a moment, I thought I was Fred Sanford's son, Lamont. I thought he was gonna call me a big dummy next.
That's what's up. He had to put some shine on it on the mop. Oh hell no. Hey, but yeah though, that nigga got quiet. Everybody really got quiet though. I be getting Bud tweets too. Bud be trolling on Twitter.
Yeah, like for me, man, I just decided this year, man, I'm not gonna focus on whether those two fight or not. I made a mistake with Wilder and Joshua. Letting that shit drag out as long as it did. I'm not gonna do that. And Espinoza, he said we can't travel down the road in which we took the first time negotiating. And if the fight's gonna happen, we have to get to a place where it happens quickly. Either we all in the room together, and that particular day, if we can't hash it out or we can't get something done, then we just all go our separate ways, and that's it. We not. It's not a situation where we're gonna drag this stuff out ever again. So
J1 in the building says salute everyone. Salute, bro. Yeah, cause it's getting ridiculous though. Then Bud talking like he just some big ass promoter and shit. That nigga needs he needs a lawyer or something up in there with him. Somebody that know the game. Not just no lawyer. Somebody that actually know the game. You know what I'm saying? Because it might not work out how he think he might not be worth what he think he worth. And that's just all honesty. Bob being in that contract with Bob probably hurt him more than it helped him. You know what I'm saying? Because his numbers, when he bring all that shit to the table, motherfuckers should know how it work if you've been in the game. These motherfuckers, when they bring these numbers to the table and yours ain't adding up, how you gonna ask for 50%? How motherfucker gonna give you 50%? Guarantee you anything. You know what I'm saying? When this fight ain't even gonna don't we may not, you know what I'm saying, get what we think we gonna get. I don't see it. It might, you know what I mean? If that's stopping it, then hey, I guess it's gonna stop it then. But I don't think it should. I don't think it should, man. Ernest Davis in the building. Salute, fam. He said salute, family. But
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a lot of these other fights, man. Fury versus Usyk. Usyk is being more vocal and outspoken, trolling Fury,
yeah, yeah.
and and I
he,
like it. I like that side of Usyk. Like, you calling me a middleweight, but well, guess what? You a fat boy. You a fat boy. You eat burgers. You don't take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that he's poking. He's poking Fury.
Derek Bailey say facts, Marlo. That's just real, bro. Like I'm not. That's why I always say you can't tell no man what he worth. Like no fan can tell no man what he worth. But if we going through boxing history and what we know, you know what I'm saying? Some fights just might not happen over some bullshit. Like EJ versus Wilder didn't happen basically the same way. You know what I mean? But what's the name wasn't no free agent though. AJ wasn't no free agent though, Joseph Brown. That's the only difference. AJ was locked in on a big contract with the zone. He was Eddie Hearn's main reason for the zone. You know what I mean? Giving him that contract. So I can't say that was. He had a couple of things. This guy's a free agent, man. We should.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Marlo. I'm just saying from the standpoint as me as a fan, I'm not going to invest my energy waiting and completely going, just keep going back
Yeah,
with other boxing fans about, oh, this person didn't do this, or this person didn't do that, or this person's wrong, or that person's wrong, or this person should have took this, that person should. No, at the end of the
right.
day, we should have got the fight.
Yeah, I agree.
So, if there's other fights out here that I can look at and say, yeah, this is a good ass fight, I'm gonna put my energy to that fight because that fight is actually real, and this is all fantasy. And if I want to do fantasy, I might as well go back and talk about, you know,
Oh,
Ali versus Frazier, Tyson versus Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if I want to do fantasy, well, those
How would Sugar Ray match up against
yeah, how would Sugar
Tyson?
Ray match up with
Mike
Floyd Mayweather? You know what
Tyson?
I'm saying? Or how would Sugar Ray Robinson match up with with Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah, yeah,
Or how would Tyson match up with Larry with a prime Larry Holmes? Or
yeah.
how would Kenny Norton match up with a prime Lennox Lewis? Those type of matchups, like
Right.
from different
Fantasy.
eras.
Them fantasy. That's a good ass fantasy fight. Um, Moody Trayweather said Fury had been fighting bums after Wilder. He always do that. Before Wilder too. He almost got upset by somebody we thought was a bum. Wildine. Wasn't that Wildine that gave him that work? Bust his eye open and shit.
Oh yeah, that truth be told, the fight should have been stopped with how bad that cut was.
Man, Wildine probably would have won the fight too if it would have got stopped. He was doing good.
And that's another guy, Waleem. He beat Brazil, and it's like now he can't get no fights. Nobody's talking about fighting this dude ever since Dillian White backed out of the fight with him, claiming he had an injury. Um, Waleem hasn't fought. No one's calling this guy's name. He's not even being mentioned, and he's still out there as he's a credible heavyweight.
Yeah, Wildine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives some motherfuckers a run. Eric R said, Usyk knows it's been a while since he been in the ring. Talk that shit. Yeah, it's about time. He said, I think he said he wanted Fury anyway after that fight, after his last fight. Eric R said, I never thought I'd see the movie Brewster's Millions play out in real life. Then Eddie Hearn made it come to life. But oh AJ, huh? No, but I agree with you though. Of course, we that's what we're gonna be able to. A lot of motherfuckers not gonna be able to talk about the fault in the New Orleans fight.
Bro, none of them have even watched these two guys fight.
Yeah.
They can't even break down, the styles. They just know the names. Some people are still walking. So there's a lot of boxing fans who, even channels that are saying Inoue don't need to be pound for pound. He hasn't fought nobody. He has no credible wins on his resume. When you say stuff like that, you obviously is not watching this guy fight. You haven't seen the improvements from the first Donaire fight to the last Donaire fight. You haven't seen the improvement in his game.
Yeah. He
And
beat some champions.
it beat them type of fights against those quality opponents that either makes a fighter improve, it makes them better, and they get better, or they're not the guy that people thought they were.
Right.
It's one of those two things that happen with when you in those kind of fights with a high level guy,
You get exposed or you
or you elevate.
elevate. One of the two. Eric R said they doing auto like King Kong Ortiz. They stalled him out. Eric R also said Monster is more accomplished than anything Loma did, and a lot of fighters on a pound for pound list. Yeah, he put in work, man. Shit, you got to give all the fighters props that go in the tournaments, man. He was one.
He was one, and he fought Donaire tooth and nail, and
Rodriguez.
he had his oracle bone. Now people don't remember this. He had his oracle bone broken.
Yeah, he did. First fight, even though he won, he still had his shit, bro. Then he came back, got a rematch, and had to go through him again.
Went through him again in more pressure and impressive fashion.
Yeah, them motherfuckers in them tournaments, man, you got to give them their props. Why? That's why Josh Taylor, you got to give him his props. He won the motherfucker. Ricky Prograis won the tournament. Give him his props. Shit, motherfucking Usyk.
Usyk was in the tournament.
Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers, man, be some bad motherfuckers, man. You got to give them their props. But they don't even be on the pound for pound list after they come up out these tournaments. We can talk. Let's talk about motherfucking Josh Taylor. He went through a hell of a tournament, came out pound for pound, and this motherfucker, they Bud, Super Bud, holding on, talking about his accomplishments. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go to no tournament to get no motherfucking undisputed. He didn't have to go to the ring, the toughest of the toughest, the top of the creme of the creme. You know what I mean? I ain't disrespecting his road, but I'm saying I feel like Taylor had a tougher road, man, and a better accomplishment of undisputed at 140 than Crawford did. You know what I mean? But he holding on to that, and a lot of people overlooking Taylor's win. I don't know why. I don't know why, but them tournaments is the motherfucker. Man.
We need more. We need more of those type of tournaments in the sport of boxing because, um, as you can see, the sanctioning bodies they're trying, but a lot of times we're not getting the proper matchups to see who are the best are in a lot of these weight classes. So a tournament will solve a lot of that.
Yeah.
It'll clear a lot of that stuff up. in a lot of these divisions.
Like you can see too. Cause look, Rodriguez was it? Yeah, that's who he beat at 140, right? Rodriguez, huh? Taylor.
Oh, Ramirez.
There you go. Good looking. But Ramirez didn't want to get in the tournament. He rather
No.
had stayed outside the tournament, and then he ended up fighting the winner of the tournament and losing. You know what I'm saying? That tournament
Mhm.
showed who really was the best at 140, for real. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
can
it
say,
was him. It was him. It was him. Maurice Hooker and yeah, Maurice Hooker and him both weren't in the tournament,
yeah,
and it showed. Because look who look what happened to both of them.
yeah. You gotta respect the motherfuckers in the tournament, man. Eric R said, I'm still riding with Cool Boy. Philly stand up. He said people sleep on this fight. He said I want to see it more than Tank versus Ryan. Yeah, definitely Philly stand up. I'm riding with you. I'm picking Cool Boy, even though it's a potential for him to get upset. You know what I mean? Even stop. You don't have to come in here on this shit. Monster hit hard and he set your ass up. But
Bro, that's the reason why I'm going with him. I honestly believe his footwork is good enough. I believe he's gonna be able to break to break him down, and eventually stop Cool Boy late. I'm thinking around 10th, ninth round stoppage.
that makes a lot of sense too. When he ain't as fast as he been catching when he at his lowest. Eric R said George Grove was in the tournament. Yep. He also said they be trying. He said they be trying to f the Americans money up during the tournaments, hoping they pull out. But he had a you gonna see. You said the 10th round, ninth or 10th round.
Yeah, around the ninth or 10th round. I just believe that if if as unskilled as Brandon Figueroa was, and he's able to catch up to Cool Boy Steph, I believe that NUA's pressure, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I understand he's moving up, but he's never been at the weight to fight at this weight." But I believe those extra couple of pounds is going to help him with not only his strength and his power, and I believe he's going to be, it's going to be. I, I believe Steph is more athletic. He's got the better feet. I think if he's on his A game, he could clearly outpoint and outclass. But I just don't see at no point in this fight that NUA is not going to be able to catch up to him. And I believe when he catches up to him, that's when we're going to see if Cool Boy Steph has what it takes.
Ivy, salute, bro. D-Lo in the building, salute, bro. Ivy say, Steph has lateral movement. Noah doesn't. He said he doesn't move lateral much, but Noah is punching much harder. Yeah, that's the only thing that I feel that's gonna be a big problem, especially like Joseph Brown said, late, early. It might be cool. He might land something, but I think the jab will keep him up off of him for a minute. I don't know how long it's gonna work. But Noah ain't the best counter puncher though, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Definitely see.
Anoy's not he's not a great counterpuncher, but he's a good enough counterpuncher. He's a good enough counterpuncher and he doesn't miss the target.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's what I was saying. He a sharp puncher, man. He sharp. He might not throw a high volume. That motherfucker, that motherfucker hit you hard to the body and up top.
And the fights in Japan. So that's another advantage.
Home crowd.
But if he's able to pull that fight off, That'll be a tremendous win. You can't take it away from him. All the credit in the world he would deserve to pull that off.
D'Lo say salute all, and he thumbs up 100. Ivy say Figueroa hurt Steph more than once. I think he talking about late too.
Yeah, they tried. They said Cool Boy was exhausted. Um, trying to make the weight and stuff like that. He didn't have the greatest of camps, but you know, I wasn't impressed with that performance. He showed a lot of grit. He was able to win that fight. Um, but I'm looking at that. If that would have been anyway in the ring with him, he would have got knocked out in that fight. So
Eric,
he can't have no lapses in his stamina. He can't go straight back into the ropes like he was doing. He can't do none of that stuff.
Eric R said Brandon was bigger, more imposing. I don't think you can use that as an outlier or an example because he a monster. It's smaller. It's a smaller guy. He talking about monster. It's a smaller guy. I be saying no, he punches with you through. He was punching. He was punching in between Nonito's combinations a lot. Yeah, that's why I say he more sharper with his punches. Man. He don't throw a high volume, but that motherfucker definitely scores. That's the problem I fear for Steph, especially late. Especially late, he get caught late. He get up in there and try to throw 4 and 5 punch combinations. You know what I'm saying? He do a little too much at times that he don't got to do, and those are times that I'm saying gonna be kind of dangerous for him. You know what I mean? He be wanting to roll the crowd and woo the crowd, get them the oohs and ahs and shit. But this ain't the guy you want to play with. You know what I'm saying? You don't think you want to throw more than 3 punches. You might want to stay at two and make them two count. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, the weight on counters and shit like that, score off of counters. I don't think you want to get in there and throw no 4 punch combination and want to take this man one right hook, this man one straight punch. You know what I mean? Joe Brown?
Yeah, this ain't that fight.
Yeah,
You don't want to be gambling like that because the house will take all your money.
yeah. Clean your clock. Yeah. I don't think he should. I think he should. If he fights smart, man, and respect this guy power, I think he can win. You know what I'm saying? But if he play around and abandon the counter, abandon the jab, and things like that. If he throw more than a 2 punch combination, if he can throw three periodically just to change it up. But if he throw more than that, man, it probably be lights out for him, especially late. Money Treyweather said, "I like how I know it didn't wait on getting in the fight phone against Fulton. Ivy said as a fighter, Steph has no killer instinct, and he's not determined to hurt opponent. But he does have lots of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I want to point out for both of these guys. This is a fight that you know a lot of us didn't anticipate even being a possibility right out the gate. Um, so I just want to credit both of them for taking this fight because this is a damn good fight. I'm intrigued by it. I want to see it, and there ain't no loser in my book. You know,
Hmm.
either guy.
It's like a fan matchup right here. It's like
Yeah,
something we
yeah,
spoke on. Like how this fight, how this something we don't think will happen, but it happened. One motherfucker moved up, and the next motherfucker took the fight. It's easy as that. But this is something that everybody should have tuned in for though. They should get the same attention as these other guys that move up. And That's the crazy part though. We're gonna see what kind of platform Showtime put it on. But you say they fight in Japan though.
Yeah, it's happening in Japan, and a lot of people are quick to give Bob Arum and Top Rank the credit um, for making this fight happen or pairing this fight with working with Showtime and the PBC, or as they like to say, the other side of the street. They can make this fight happen. But truth be told, um, I don't I don't believe Bob Arum has anything to do with this fight happening. It has a lot to do with Anui and his team um, working with you know Showtime and their team and Bowen's team making this fight happen.
Right.
Because they figured out the secret sauce. As long as they're fighting in Japan, they don't have to kick out promotional money to Top Rank to make what I'm saying, to make their fights.
Yeah.
And that's bad for Top Rank because they did a terrible job promoting Anui over here stateside when he did fight stateside. And it's like they had to pay them all this money to promote the fight. But it's like, but if you're not doing a great job promoting my fights in America, and I'm not gaining, a fan base over here to be able to fight over here, then I'll just keep my behind over there in Japan and fight over there. I'm be a huge draw in Japan. I'm always gonna have big crowds, always gonna have big sellouts. There's no reason for me to come over to the States and fight in the States if you guys aren't promoting me correctly. And I don't blame them.
I can say this is how we heard no trash talk or negotiations from these two. He said the business of boxing is better when the fans remain clueless of the business.
Couldn't have
Yeah,
said it no better.
right. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They can't put it down and nothing is here. Bam! They can talk about it. Talk about it and don't say nothing at all. But that's right though. This shit just came and wowed the motherfucker. Eric R said, "Yeah, Monster should be getting that money push." Dilo said, "Annoy is better of being featured in his market, uh, with occasional U.S. fights here and there. Yeah,
But
but
the
they know what
problem
they
with
get. It ain't like in Japan, and he probably like a star out there.
he's a huge star in Japan. He's a huge star. He sells out all the time, and they have it to where as long as he's fighting over there, he don't have to kick out a certain percentage to ESPN or Top Rank. So it's like, why would I bring myself over in the States and you guys aren't promoting me to make me a huge star in the States? You're telling everybody I'm pound for pound. I'm literally top one, top two in the sport, but yet you're not putting the proper push behind me to make me a big star in the States. You know,
Yeah,
you're putting me in smaller capacity seating, and I'm not selling out because people don't even know who the hell I am over here. So what's the point of me fighting over here if you're only promoting 4 weeks and you're only promoting my fights 4 weeks out, like normally what Top Rank does, because they don't promote to build a fight or to build a fighter up in people's minds. They don't put enough dollars out there for a long enough period of time for people to gain interest and see, oh, who's this the new guy they keep talking about?
put him in commercials or something.
Yeah.
Put him on one of them late night shows with Jay Leno or some shit.
Or even billboards,
Yeah, anything.
not doing press. You're not doing enough press tours. It's a whole lot of stuff that they could be doing, but they're not. And so it's like, I'll just stay over here. I'll stay over here. I'll keep selling out, keep getting massive crowds over here. And guess what? I'm creating a whole new wave, a whole new scene over in Japan where fighters are gonna come over here. It's creating a market. They're gonna get paid well for coming over here. So these fights can happen over here in my country, in my backyard, and I can continue to be the top guy in my division or in the sport. I
I
don't
even
have
say,
to come. I don't have to come over there. If you ain't gonna promote me right, I don't have to come over here.
I even say Top Rank wanted to know it to be boxing Jeremy Lin. He said, but they didn't promote him at all. D'Lo say fans would have effed it up arguing over who A side and who is ducking. Eric Carr said he should be getting the money Pacquiao push from Top Rank. Yeah, that's Bob though. He believe in old school, man. Can't teach an old dog new trick kind of guy. Hypey say you know it. He said annoyed punching like a bantamweight version of Better Be. He wrecking shit. Eric R said they pushed Loma more than a monster. Hell yeah. Even with that with two losses. Excuse me. Even with two losses. They tried to take one of his losses off when he only had one. D'Lo said right, Japan is a small market. He is definitely doing his thing over there. Yeah. And it's a difference, especially when you cornering the market with that boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't went over there and beat on Americans. You don't win in a tournament. You know how they advertise them over there. Like, look, it's Godzilla kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? For real though. Went over there, won a tournament, you know what I mean, versus some well known, you know, Nonito ain't no motherfucker. That's a Hall of Famer to me. Probably gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Hey, not according to some of these so-called boxing channels. They call that they said that's not a credible enough win on his resume. They said that him fighting Nonito Donaire, he was a washed up Nito Donaire. Obviously, we understand he was a little long in the tooth, but the version that he fought when he got his ortical bone broke,
Right.
that was a really good Nonito. And look at what Donaire has done after that fight. He's beaten undefeated champions.
Yeah. Got
Beat
knocked.
undefeated champions, and it's still in line for a title shot. Even now, he's Suleiman has announced that him and Maloney are going to fight for the vacant title that Monster just gave up. So Donaire is still in contention
Right.
to be a champion again, and could possibly be a champion again. So that's still a very, very credible win on his record. He beat him twice.
And look, Illinois needed that. That's like a motherfucker need a Pacquiao win. Even though Pacquiao old, that's still he's still active. But this is a Hall of Famer, you know what I'm saying? That's passing the torch now. You know what I mean? A champion. You know what I mean? A nine division champion that's passing the torch down. That's why but that's what make Ugas a credible win. You know what I mean? Even though it's not nothing like Grayson win with an older cat, right? But that's what a lot of motherfuckers do. Then they get up in there, you know what I'm saying, and they want to fight the best, like Sugar Ray did with my boy, man. What's the Puerto Rican cat name?
Oh, Hector Camacho.
Macho. You know what I'm saying? That was a passion of the torch fight to me. You know what I mean?
And Camacho did the same thing when he fought Trinidad. You
Yeah.
know,
Them be passionate. You gotta have them Hall of Famers fights up under your belt. You know what I mean? You got to, because after that, once they leave, you proving yourself against motherfuckers who trying to prove themselves. You know what I mean? Who ain't ever had these accomplishments. So the motherfuckers like Pacquiao is respected. Um, the motherfucking wins versus these older cats. You know what I mean? It should be respected, but a lot of people talk that shit. But you gotta get in there. They upset your ass. Motherfuckers be still knocking motherfuckers out at 38, 40 years old. Look at look what what's his name did to Michael Moore. Well, George
George
Foreman
Foreman.
did to
Yep.
Michael Moore. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be a passing of the tourist fight. Psych. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ready, young buck. Let me get that. But you always gonna need a Hall of Famer under your belt, man. At least one. You gonna need a Hall of Famer. You gonna need former champions. You know what I mean? You are gonna have a record in championship fights, a decent record in championship fights.
Yeah, you can go down the list. You had Holmes versus Ali. You had Holmes versus Tyson. Um, I mean, that's how boxing used to be. Guys used to legendary fighters used to get in the ring with the guy who's rising, who's going to be the next guy to supposedly take the division into the next
Yeah,
the next decade or so,
yeah, salute.
and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, them design salute, sis. Um, she said, "Good evening, fellas." What was I? D-Lo say so called is right. D-Lo say Donaire was on a resurgence. Everybody talking to everybody. Bailey say Donaire didn't retire. He put a question mark. He asked him. He didn't retire, D-Lo. I mean, Jay Brown.
No, Donaire is he's in line to fight Maloney. Him and Maloney were supposed to be fighting for title eliminator if Inoue would have stayed in division, but because Inoue left, now that fight is going to be elevated to a vacant title fight.
Trey X in the building. Salute, bro. He said I was in this motherfucker knocked out. Hey, I was holding it down. D-Lo say if Donaire was washed, it wouldn't have took a noise to clean him up. That's a fact. Everybody talking to everybody. Eric R said Beehive made a second and third career out of blowing all these young niggas torches out. Fuck your flame, nigga. Is this Rick in this Rick James voice? Everybody talking. But yeah, man, like we were saying, that's just boxing history, man. I'm pretty sure Trey can go back to the back in the days and tell you the same motherfucking kind of fight. And some of them didn't go as planned though. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have them motherfucking Hall of Famers on your record. Them motherfucking them champions, them names. Need
Or
that's
if
why everybody wanted Mayweather. Why you think
or if you don't have the names, you got to have the accomplishment. You got to have the accolades as far as uh, undisputed, or different weight class, multiple weight class champion, or unified. Like you got to do those type of things if you don't have the necessary names to
well,
back up. You know what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
have you gotta be a lot. You gotta be in a lot of world title fights. You
Yep.
gotta you gotta beat a lot of former world champions, and you gotta beat a lot of current world champions. Those are big major things. You know what I'm saying? And by doing that, you might run into undisputed, like Jay Brown was saying. You might end up being the man, what's the word I'm looking for? When you got multiple belts, you know what I'm saying?
Unified.
Yeah, you might end up being unified. You might end up doing all that if you fight those kind of fights. That's why that's most important. You either fight current or um, former champions. That's gonna be on your record, especially when a motherfucker look you up on your shit. But that's gonna be on your record in the Hall of Fame too. You gonna be some motherfuckers got 35 fights, 35 like Mayweather. I think he got a high ass record versus current or former champion, and it was a lot. It was a lot of fights, and he ain't never been undisputed. That's why I mentioned him. Like, he ain't never had went reached the undisputed, but he have been unified. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's why I say if you get those two accomplishments, you're gonna end up touching undisputed, or you definitely gonna be unified.
And that's why, like, undisputed doesn't really, it don't really matter for a guy like Mayweather, because he's got so many former champions and champions on his resume. So him being undisputed, that would just be another feather in his cap, but it's not something that's necessary because we all know, we all seen the level of competition. Of former champions and current champions he was beating.
Hey, and them motherfuckers is Hall of Famers. A lot of them former and current champions he beat, Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? The De La Hoyas, the Shane Mosleys. You know what I'm saying? Them type motherfuckers, man.
The Manny Pacquiao's.
The Pacquiao, man. The list goes on. Them the kind of motherfuckers he got on his resume when you talk about champions and former champions. He ain't got no Shaleskins. Some motherfucker who never fought in the United States but one time. You know what I mean? He ain't got none of them. Them motherfucker got some legends on this shit. Some real credible champions on this shit. That's what make his shit so damn credible with no undisputed. He got unified, but no undisputed. That's
And
got
he beat dudes that was undisputed, like a Zab Judah. Zab Judah was undisputed. He beat
yeah,
him.
yeah. Another motherfucker we talking about. That's why I say you got a lot of Hall of Famers on this shit he beat. At the time, some of it was potential, but that's what you get when you fighting former or current world champion. And that's what I don't be understanding about certain cats. Look at these cats. Look at your favorite fighter and see if he fighting those kind of fights. If he want to get in the Hall of Fame, because that's how you gonna know if he want to get in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? He ain't taking no tuna. You know what I mean? You motherfucker he want these accomplishments. Cause that's what's gonna get you. Like it ain't. And then you want to move on too. Like Manny Pacquiao, I believe he would have been Hall of Fame just with the 8 divisions. I believe 8 division world title. I think that would have got him there. But I think he ended up with 9, right?
Nah, he got 8, but
8.
yeah,
Yeah.
he got 8. But the thing is not only does he got the 8, but he's got names on there too.
Along the way, yeah. Along the way.
He's got names. He's got former champions. He's been current champions. Um, that's on that list as well to
That
get
motherfucker
to
been in some
get to get
trilogies.
where he is.
He been in
So,
trilogies against champions.
yep.
Current champions, y'all. Trilogies. Motherfuckers been doing their shit. Putting it down. Hypey say the same fanboys that are saying Donaire is a washed up 40-year-old are the same ones that was sucking him off because he hopped on their live stream with his wife. Trey is talking to Moody. Eric R said, he said I want Devin when he move up. He said he the first fight. He said it'd be me versus Taylor Rodriguez. He said keep the run going. You said who? I think he's saying him. He. I see B versus. Ivy said Berlanga should remain a free agent and fight in as many club shows as possible. Eric God said, I get what you're saying. He said, but that don't exclude these young fighters but not trying to win titles to build up their names to the height of a Mayweather. He said they want. He said they want to. He said they want to live off one fight. Talking about them young cats. D'Lo said folks don't care. He said you got motherfuckers running around here calling fighters like Callum Smith, Gamboa, Ricky Byrne, Bradley, Ugas, and others tomato cans. But some of them don't know Bradley is um a fighter. Some of them just know him as a commentator. Huh?
Yeah, a lot of these guys don't know they shit. Truth be told, Bradley got a Bradley got a hell of a 140 record and a hell of a 147 record.
Yeah, that's how I be seeing it. I mean, I don't like the motherfucker, but You gotta put some respect. He been in the ring with some motherfuckers, current and former. You know what I'm saying? He been in there. He had to go. He had to go to the trenches. D-Lo said, many would have been Hall of Fame without ever fighting above 135. Probably. He also said Floyd would have as well. Everything else is icing on the cake. Speaking of Trey, Eric Carr laughing. D'Lo said Bradley's career was better than damn near every active fighter today, including these folks' favorite fighters. Yes, sir.
Bro, Bradley took a lot of O's, a lot of good quality fighters at 140. When he was at 140, he took their O.
D'Lo said, "Man, these old rusty motherfuckers know what Bradley did as a fighter." He said they're just fanboys and biased as fuck. That's a damn shame.
No, but D'Lo telling the truth.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Eric Carr said, "I believe 140 gauntlet will either make Devin live up to the hype or turn into AB." He said, "I won't disrespect Zab." No, you gotta put some respect on that. AB is a perfect motherfucker. I don't know, man. As much as I like Devin, I think his punching power gonna be a problem. That nigga, he gonna need the stamina. Like he got a oxygen tank on his back. But for some of these cats, you see how what's his name did him? What's the old boy name? Joseph Brown? No, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
The
Linares, the same,
Linares,
the
Ole.
same, the same, the same dude. After the post fight, he asked him, "How's my power?"
Yeah, exactly. The one who Ole'd his ass back to the corner. You know what I'm saying? After he hit him, he knew he rocked his ass. He's like, "Hey, the corner that way. But the by ya." You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of questions, man. And I think it's crazy that he got to come from Mississippi just to put some decent shit on somebody. They ain't gonna be able to do that with these guys who very especially these young cats that's his age. You know what I'm saying? Who very got that what my boy Kurt rest in peace used to say. What did he say? Fast black twitches. Damn man, that nigga Jay. You know what I'm talking about, Jay Brown. Rest in peace, Kurt Sugar.
Fast twitch muscles.
Yeah, them fast twitch muscles. Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to come from Mississippi, man. He gonna get countered, man, with a 3-piece. um,
Yeah, they say he ain't got his man strength. You better get his man strength before you get to 140. It's gonna be trouble.
for real. That's when that body work still gonna be in play for him, man, more than what it is right now. That body work is gonna definitely be in play. It's gonna start there and then it's gonna keep going all the way to the higher he move up, the higher that stamina gonna be a problem. Eric R said, "I still can't wrap my head around Tim getting a W over Lamont Peterson." Um, Hype say, "I'm tired of hearing man strength." He said associated with Devin. He said fans need to stop reaching. Eric R said, I would have replied how my power. I would have replied, how's my power? With your stumbling ass. You
Hey,
know,
but you know why? You know why I said man strength? Because they love to bring that shit up. He ain't got his man strength. They always be making excuses.
right. Oh, D'Lo said, he said, now Bradley ducked Floyd at 47 all of a sudden. He said, who the fuck would duck Floyd? A Floyd payday at 47. Didn't Floyd skip 140 when Bradley was running that bitch? He said, I may have my dates off. Not saying Floyd ducked me. Nah.
I don't believe that for 1 second because Floyd jumped to 147 before Bradley was even talked about.
Right. I don't think he was no champion, anything like that. I think Floyd was more chasing the De La Hoyas and the Shane Mosleys, the big paydays.
Yeah, I mean, because we was all around. He fought Arturo Gotti. Well, nobody was talking about no Bradley when he fought Arturo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? When he was trying to get a Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya, nobody was talking about no Timothy Bradley. He wasn't
Wait, ain't
nowhere.
that a Hall of Famer too, right there? We was talking about, huh?
Yeah, but he
That old
wasn't.
Hall of Famer Floyd beat right there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put context to it. Bradley wasn't in no. He wasn't in no topic of discussion.
Yeah, way before Bradley came, I think Floyd was at 47. His name came in the picture. I mean, not before, him the person, him the fighter. Talking about his name. Um, I be talking to Eric R. Eric R. said, "Fast twitch muscles." Rest in peace, Kurt Sugar. Oh, look, that go Trey X. Trey X said, "Rhythmic and perpetual motion."
Rhythm and
There we go.
perpetual motion.
There you go. That's the definition of the fast twitch muscle. Rhythmic and perpetual motion. There you go. D-Lo said, D-Lo said, Bradley not only took O's, he often made it look easy. And Brown in the building, salute sis. She said, "Hey bro, Marlo, Joseph Brown in chat. Blessings, sis."
Hey, salute to you, Almond Brown. Look forward to them Sunday services. See, everybody talking about the other stuff you're doing, but go check out them Sunday services. Y'all might catch a Holy Ghost in here.
Yeah. Blessings. Hype say, does your favorite fighter have the heart to finish and win a 12-round war like Bradley did versus butcher this dude named Provatnikov? There we go. Provatnikov. Day One Pro said, blessings. I'll catch the rest on replay. Blessings, bro. We be right behind you. Dilo 404 said, my point was that Floyd was at 147 big game hunting before Bradley even moved up from 140. Okay, yeah, you was right, man. Dilo 404 said Kurt was talking some real shit though. He said, that separates him from the rest. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Kurt Sugar, man. Hey, anything else you want to talk about before we jump up out of here?
Nah, how about them Cowboys?
Oh, man. Hey, what you think, man? My Bills lost too, man. But I want to
Ah,
talk about that Prescott though, man. What you think about this guy, man? This guy just broke down right in front of our eyes. The game was tied up. It was a good game. This guy threw 2 interceptions. Game changer.
bro, he he he's just not that guy, man. Because in a game like that, he didn't have to be spectacular. He just didn't have to fuck the game up because the defense was doing a thing.
Yeah.
You just don't screw it up, and y'all win.
I was thinking like, man, then they didn't use the boy Z because one of the other dude, the tight dude, the fast dude, he went down. Pollard, I think his name was. He went down. They still didn't use Zeke and they put the ball in Dak's hands. He threw interception. Shit was weird. I can't even. I don't know if it was the coaches, but I'm gonna say Dak. Dak didn't make the right choices, man. He threw some interceptions that he know damn well he wasn't supposed to throw. It was obvious right there.
It was the one in the red zone. That was the killer because that was the one where they was about to go up and take the lead in the first half. That was the killer. That was the ill-advised throw. That one was the horrible play. That was the most terrible play he made in the whole game because
Yeah,
you took points off the board.
man, that shit was crazy as hell. I know Trey said that. His ass ain't messing with him, man. That was crazy. And they got to keep him. Ain't nobody gonna want him after that. Brown said, "Thanks, Joseph Brown. Thanks for joining. He's joining her on Sundays, man." D-Lo say, "I just want to put it out there that Harrison fighting Tim Zoo does not." He said, Noten does Noten he is ducking the Fundora fight that wasn't happening." Somebody say he was ducking the Fundora fight, or Tim Zoo was ducking the Fundora.
I don't know who's ducking the Fundora fight.
I don't know.
Because if I'm Tony Harrison, what's a better matchup, Tim Zoo or or Fundora, who throws hella five punches? You got a flat-footed guy in Tim Zoo who I can outbox, move around, win on points decision, or go hell high and tooth and nail, and be basically fighting for my life against Sebastian Fundora, which is going to throw a ton of punches.
When Trey Weather said too many drop picks. I see Trey X again.
Well, yeah, Marlon, I'm about to head off, man. Appreciate you letting me on, man. Peace to everybody in the chat.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Peace. Trey, what's good, bro?
Salute. Hey, how I sound?
You sound good.
Yeah, this shit ain't even coming through the fucking headset, man. But yeah, both our teams got put out the damn playoffs yesterday, man. The motherfucking Bills and the Cowboys and shit.
Man.
Yeah, I had to come speak on them Cowboys. Went out there and played like some girls, coming down the stretch. Prescott out there throwing them interceptions. But make no mistake about it, them 49ers about to go take care of them Eagles too. Well, yeah, they better go take care of them Eagles, man. The motherfucker got a good defense and shit. They gonna get back there and get the Jalen Smith. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I didn't even talk shit about my real favorite team though. My real favorite team is Tulane. That's my favorite team out of any football team, college or pro. Tulane. And y'all see what they went out there and did to USC. They went out there and took care of Caleb Williams and USC. Went out there and beat the motherfucker. Tulane, nigga, coming out of Louisiana. That's my favorite fucking team. But them Cowboys went out there and played like some girls coming down the stretch. Them Buffalo Bills, man, that was my Super Bowl pick. They went out there and lost to them damn Cincinnati Bengals and shit.
Man.
Yeah, that was my Super Bowl pick. My original Super Bowl pick was actually San Francisco. But when they went out there and drafted Trey Lance, I was like, man, them motherfuckers fucking around, man. But they look like they gonna be the ones to get back to the Super Bowl. So it look like they gonna do something. And then them Buffalo Bills, they didn't even give themselves a chance, man. They went out there and got their ass kicked by Cincinnati.
Man. That motherfucker be trying to do too much. That Josh Allen, he be trying to
Yeah,
do too damn much, man.
yeah, both our teams got put out in the same fucking day.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
I
Yeah, I was
could
over here knocked out like a motherfucker.
third string quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant. That's what San Francisco got right now.
Yeah, I already know.
Third string rookie. This dude is third string rookie quarterback.
That's what made me think the scouts don't know what the hell they talking about.
Yep.
How the fuck you let a quarterback like that fall to Mr. Irrelevant?
Last pick in the draft. And he beat the Dak Prescott.
Yep.
In the crucial moments, man. Because right there you gotta be pulled. You gotta not throw no interceptions in the game like that.
Oh
And the last pick in the draft, rookie did better than a veteran.
yeah, when Pollard went down, that shit really hurt, man. I think they had a chance to beat them if Pollard didn't go down. But they just part of the game though.
Why didn't run Zeke
part of the
though?
sport.
Why you think they didn't run Zeke?
Man, the motherfucker just they had them times where they throw the ball too many times. Like they threw the ball 15 times more than they ran it. They should have just kept that balance. That's when they play their best. But it is what it is. Injury is part of the sport. Coaches doing dumb shit, part of the sport. Clean out them lockers and bring y'all ass back next year. I still got a little bit of support for the team as long as they didn't go out there and lose to the Bucks. That's what I couldn't tolerate. Well, they went out there and lost to San Francisco. I ain't just doing no trip. I think San Francisco gonna go all the way.
Yeah,
This my Super Bowl team out of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and ride with San Francisco. But I just wanted to jump on and say something about them Cowboys, man. My shit ain't even coming through the headset. I'm gonna go ahead and jump my ass off.
All right then, bro. All right then, y'all shit, man. So we're gonna be back. You gonna we gonna call the fights on Saturday?
If I can get this shit to come through my headset.
All right, shit, man. We'll be back. We'll be back, y'all, on Saturday. If not, we'll definitely be back Sunday. Chop it up, see what's going on. Shit, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, rocking with it. Always coming through, showing support. Much love. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Shit, you wanna say something, bro?
I was just gonna say, you heard.
Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.
Yeah.